So once again, NetherRealm decided, you know what, we're going to change the XP system again in the invasions mode. So here we are today making yet another video, another updated video for you guys, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. As usual, before you even start this video, make sure you just complete all of the mesas. It is definitely worth doing. However, there is something I do want to mention, and we'll go ahead and go over that right now. Real quick, I want to give a big shout out to Ice Cream FGC because this person helps us out every single time a new invasion season comes out. This person tells us where the shop is, where the key items are, just to get straight to the point and just to beat the invasions mode as fast as we can. And of course, this person helps us out after we beat the invasions mode. Of course, if you haven't already, go follow this person on Twitter, and of course, check out their YouTube channel as well. It turns out they actually post this kind of stuff on a daily basis, so seriously, go check this person out. Literally helps us out in the community so much. But the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because if you guys can see my mouse, hopefully you guys can, I'm doing circles right now. Specific towers that look like this actually give you the most XP after you beat the specific tower one time. And the same goes for this Titan battle too. There's going to be one in each specific mesa as well, as you guys can see, the other one's right here. But just keep in mind that all of these towers that are here, all of the end boss fights, these actually give you the most XP. So just try to make sure that if you are doing any of these, to use a character that still needs leveling up. Now the downside to this is if you guys end up doing this again, you won't get the same amount of XP that you've gotten before, and the same can be applied for Titan battles as well. But just make sure that if you are doing them, you're gonna get a lot of XP doing so, and I just highly recommend that you guys use characters that need leveling up. And something else to keep in mind, this is the very last boss fight that you do, which is where you go up against the Invasion Melina. You get a lot of skins for it. This just basically means that you beat the Invasions mode. However, I was actually using Kung Lao during this time, and he was tier 34 with 0 XP. Like, he literally had nothing on that bar. And it turns out that once I actually beat this specific Melina battle, it actually tiered me all the way to tier 35. So this specific battle right here, after you complete it once, gives you a ton of XP. Like, it's a lot, guys, seriously. Try to do this with someone that's like maybe tier 25, tier 30, because truthfully, I really don't know how much XP this gives us, but all I can say is that it took me from tier 34 with 0 XP all the way to tier 35, so this really is a useful battle to do. And once again, after you beat Melina, you're not going to be getting that same amount of XP again, but that's where the good part comes in, thankfully. So after you beat the invasions mode, of course, you're going to want to come back to the gateway portal, and this specific tower right here, once again, is how you get the good XP. But it is a little bit different. As usual, before you even go into this tower, like I said, I recommend you get invasions level to tier 30. Make sure that you guys have a good amount of attack and special. Above 80 or 90 is good. And specifically for health, I recommend at least above 40. That's about good. Don't really worry too much about defense or agility, because these aren't really too much of a difference. And of course, the same thing can be said about Talisman and Relics. You guys could take whatever you want. Right now, I don't have anything good except for probably this one, and the same with the Talisman. I'm currently trying to level this one up once I get enough to tier it up to where I want it to be. But as of right now, I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. This one hasn't been letting me down. It recharges every time I win and not use it as well, so... And of course, if there's any consumables that you guys want to take for any specific challenge that you have, for instance, I have a challenge now that says Magic Gravity Field, along with a Homing Acid Ball. I think that one's going to be a little bit dangerous, but we'll see right now. If there's anything you guys want to take, just feel free to take anything you want. Of course, check in the shop every hour. There's usually some good things here. Mine's is actually about to change in 4 minutes, so... Real quick, I'm just going to show you guys the amount of XP that you get for doing this tower now. So let's go ahead and start it real quick. I'm not taking anything because this is pretty much just going to be an example. So let's try to see who our last opponent is. As you guys can see, the first one is Shang. So yeah, pretty much the XP arrives when we defeat Natara, which is our very last opponent. And real quick, I'm going to just skip right ahead to me beating Shang Tsung so I could show you guys how much XP I get for this. And right here, yep, there we go.
More fast for the hourglass. Brutality. Gear is sweet.
And keep track of how much XP I get. Look at that! Now, don't be alarmed by this. Just keep in mind, this is completely normal. You're not going to be getting anything for beating these characters for now. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the Natara fight now and explain why this is the case. But just keep in mind, I need you guys to keep doing brutalities. If you guys end up missing a brutality, like maybe the opponent jumps or something, try to go for a fatality instead. But for the most part, aim for brutalities, and of course, aim for flawless victories, because at the end, all of this actually stacks up after you beat the final person. And I just want to warn you guys as well, if you end up losing one of these battles, you're going to have to start all over again, and you get no good XP for this. So try your best to win, try your best to beat the tower as well. Alright, finally we made it this far, and once again, obviously, all of these fights that you're doing are going to give you no XP except for this specific one.
There are other ways to
I'm going to go ahead and skip it actually. Anyways, so yeah, she does have a lot of health. I might have to use some Tailsmans here. I did need one for Rain, unfortunately. Yeah, that acid ball does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for Natara. But just to give you guys an example as to why you need to be very careful with this, because if I lose right now, I don't get any good XP whatsoever. I have to be very careful about this. And to top it off, I'm using Garrus, so... Thankfully, he's the last character I have to level up, though, so... It's nothing too bad, thankfully. Let's hope that hits her. Thank God. Alright. There's gonna be 2 stages of this, so... Once I'm done with this part, it ain't over. I'm just locked in right now, because... that acid ball right there does a lot of damage to me. A lot. It drops me to like half health, so... It really is kind of concerning. Yep, see, look, it's going after me. Look at that block damage. It's kind of a scary amount, to be honest. Alright. Yeah, we'll start using Talismans after this round. Yep, it's going after me again. That's pretty much the strat. Just try your best to avoid those at all costs, even if you have to block it. It's worth waiting for your opponent. See, like right here. It's going after me once again. So just in case if it is one phase, I'm gonna go for a brutality. Okay. Moving on to the second phase now. This is where you have to be careful for pretty much. Because if I die right now, I get no XP for this. Nothing. Once again, I gotta be careful. It hit her, thankfully. Let's go ahead and start using some of this. It's not letting me use it anymore. There we go. As you guys can see, it doesn't even do that much either. But it does help. As long as I'm blocking those projectiles, I should be good. I feel confident to do this right now. Okay, who's it going for? Me. Yeah, always try your best to block those, it looks like. Meteor ones are by far the worst though, so just avoid those at all costs. Uh-oh. Oh, I went for her, thank God. Oh no. Yep. Okay, that went for her. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. I'm gonna try to go for that brutality, like I said. It's very important to do that, especially in the final boss too. It probably gives you the most amount of XP. So here we go. You guys are gonna see how much XP I get now. Once you complete a tower and you see this is the XP that it's gonna give you. And this only happens if you complete the tower. And as you guys can see, I ended up tearing up, getting this amount of XP. Now, there's a good chance that the more you do this, the more XP you get. So, for instance, right here, okay, I got 4,000 XP for completing the tower. It might increase the numbers as you play more. I don't know. But as of right now, this is the only way to get a good amount of XP. So, it gives you a reason to play seasonal towers, which, I mean, if you want skins, it's good. For me, it's good because I do like getting some skins. But anyways, like I said, I was going to make this quick. Just once again, try your best not to lose, because if you lose on the very final battle, if I lost here, I would have gotten nothing for this, and I would have to start all the way from the bottom again. So, once again, good luck to all of you that are still leveling up characters. Thankfully, Garrus is my last character. After this, I just have to worry about DLCs and cameo DLCs as well. And that usually doesn't take long, because they only have 20 tiers or 15 tiers. So, thankfully, I'm all good now. I wish all of you guys the best of luck that are still leveling up characters. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, shout out to Ice Cream FGC for all of the invasion help. Of course, go subscribe to their channel. And of course, follow them on Twitter. We'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.